everything.
And sharing all our best tips.
At Disney Jollywood Nights. Let's get it going. Let's get jolly, baby. Are you jolly?
No.
Are you jolly?
I am.
Jolly.
But
Okay.
my other half isn't.
What?
I have two
Dr.
personalities.
Jolly and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
What's that I see? Tinseltown, because it's Jollywood Nights, baby. So excited for tonight. This is the second holiday party in Disney World. There's Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party in Magic Kingdom, which there's a video up on the channel as of yesterday showing off that whole event. But if you want something a little more glitzy, a little more glamorous, a little more Hollywood, a little more maybe grown-up, you might want to head to Disney Jollywood Nights. Jollywood Nights is a specialty holiday party that is after hours and separately ticketed at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It runs between November 8th and December 22nd, and it has a lot of exclusive party fun that is only if you buy a ticket to Jollywood Nights. Now the tickets aren't cheap, so part of our goal tonight, figure out, is it worth the spend? Now, when you scan into Jollywood Nights, you will scan your ticket with a cast member. Then you'll be given this actually very cute Jollywood Nights wristband. You'll be given a Jollywood Nights map, which is also very cute and very thorough and kind of like a whole little booklet. And then you'll be given a little thing of M&Ms. Now, you can enter Jollywood Nights starting at 5:30 p.m. The party doesn't start until 7, but your ticket gets you in at 5:30. Fair warning, we got here about 15 minutes prior to 5:30, and we waited 34 minutes to get in. So we didn't quite get the full benefit of our park ticket. Lines were really long to get in. But then I spoke to my friend who got here at 5:30 and only waited like 10 minutes to get in and walked right in. So they were kind of working on the crowd management tonight. Your mileage may vary. Get here early if you really want to make the most of your ticket. An hour and a half is not a lot of time in Disney World. So have your plans for that hour and a half before the party. It is a great time for two things: riding rides. Rides are open during the party, but they're also open during that hour before the party, so you're not using party time if you can get a ride in. And two, photo ops. A lot of people will be going for this, lines will be long, but you're not using party time waiting in a long line for a photo op.
One of the best things you can take advantage of during your time here at this party is the photo ops. In fact, actually, we're walking into several of them now. There are actually 8 different photo op locations throughout the entire park, available most of the night, so make sure that you hit them up, and also ask the PhotoPass photographers about the magic shots, because those are going to be incredible. I think they're probably one of the highlights of the night.
Some of them are self-serve. You bring a friend or family member to take that photo for you. As of right now, you just walk up and take any kind of picture you want right there in the photo op.
Now, when you come in, you will be routed down the fantastic exit side road, which is all decked out in Jollywood glam. And here are those photo op lines I'm talking about. Look at this huge queue back here of switchbacks of people waiting to take pictures with this wonderful Jollywood Nights marquee. And then you get dumped out into Sunset Boulevard. Now, depending on when you end up out here, you might see a little bit of Snope.
Just so you know, if you wear your glasses to Jollywood Nights, or I guess Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the Snope that's magical will get on your glasses. It just happened to me. I couldn't believe it. Can you see it?
Now, let's talk about outfits. So, at Very Merry, you will probably see people wearing pajamas, but most folks are just gonna be wearing like Christmas t-shirts, kind of Christmassy vibes. Jollywood, you see people dress up a little more. People look a little schwanky. Maybe they wear a green dress that they bought for a wedding recently, thrifted. Maybe they do. Maybe they always wear their tried and true Santa hat. I'm just talking about myself. People here are dressed incredibly. There are some beautiful outfits, beautiful dresses, and incredible suits. People just look so good. So like vintage glam, Hollywood glamour is kind of the vibe here. So don't be afraid to get a little glitzy. Prioritize comfort, that's my caveat. Don't wear the heels because they're super cute. You will be walking a ton still. It is still a theme park. So form over fashion, but you can go pretty crazy with fashion at Jollywood Nights. I am wearing flats. I put heels on and then I stared at myself in the mirror and I thought, don't kid yourself. If you're used to Magic Kingdom's Christmas party, you're gonna notice fewer freebies at this party. There's no free cookies and drinks around. There's no free ornament. That said, this party does have a much bigger focus on specialty food and drink. At Mickey's Very Merry, the food and beverage vibe is definitely more like kind of novelty and fun. Here, they actually try to do really interesting, really like, they like push the boundary culinary wise. There's a full specialty dining experience in Hollywood Brown Derby where they have a live jazz player, really great food. And then another difference is where Magic Kingdom is mostly dry, Hollywood Studios is not. So there are a ton of specialty holiday alcoholic beverages We'll be trying a couple out tonight and let you know which ones are worth your money. And remember, if you have any questions about the food and drinks of Jollywood Nights, we have full reviews of the stuff that we're trying over on the AllEars.net blog, so you can always check that out. My first stop when the party starts, which is soon, is going to be to drink Miss Piggy and also Kermit.
Okay, I just got done checking out several of the eats and treats over at Market. They were really, really good, unique flavors, inspired by some of the best Pixar animated films ever, like Monsters, Inc. and Inside Out. This is definitely a stop you're gonna wanna make. That coconut and that macaroon was really soft and pliable and sweet, almost like a sweet rice, but it's a coconut flavor. It's very, very cute. Bing Bong Candy Lemonade was really my personal favorite. It was very tangy and more like a strawberry lemonade with some cotton candy on top. It was a solid choice if you're looking for some really fun animated film inspired foods.
You know I had to stop at Dockside Diner and try the loaded samosas. These are potato and chickpea stuffed samosas with curried chickpeas, plant-based herb crema, and tomato pomegranate chutney. Wow, what an amazingly delicious plant-based offering at a quick service location that usually doesn't have anything vegan. Thank you, Dockside Diner, for becoming a vegan destination during Jollywood Nights.
I'm eating with Vicky. These are really crazy. They were really cute treats, but I think they prioritized fashion over function. Form over fashion, because they were a little disjointed. Like, Miss Piggy's flavors were all strawberry, but like ice cream and cheesecake, very different, but similar enough that you like can't tell the difference when they're on your spoon. It's like a surprise. What is this about? Cheesecake, ice cream? You don't know. And then even though all the flavors in Miss Piggy's were strawberry, the boba were like a super juicy strawberry, whereas the rest was creamy strawberry, so it was like kind of a weird medley. And then the mint with the sour apple, those are just not flavors you typically put together. So, you know, it was just a little disjointed, but they were super cute and they weren't untasty. Just the flavors felt a little out of whack. That said, souvenir cups, which I love. One downside though is they were covered in like sticky sprinkles, so to get those like cleaned off was a hassle if you actually want to keep the cups and not get your bag covered in the stickiness of all time.
Now it's time to head into one of our absolute favorite parts of the night. It's the Pixar Disco. It's filled with exclusive Disney Pixar characters that you typically can't meet during the day, like Mike Wazowski, and even Sadness in her little winter toboggan. But here's the kicker. It's kind of elusive because it's only available from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. and then once again from 10:30 to 12:30 a.m. So if you want to get out and cut a rug right here in the disco, you're gonna have to make sure that you make some time for it in the appropriate time slot.
There are two exciting character debuts at Jollywood Nights 2025. One of them is Chewbacca, dressed up for Life Day. The other is Partysaurus Rex. I just got to meet Partysaurus Rex for the very first time, his very first night meeting and greeting. And let me tell you, I asked what his hair was made out of because I was very curious. I asked if it was Play-Doh. Nobody knew. So this is a mystery that we must solve. I will find out what Partysaurus Rex's hair is supposed to be made out of.
In the case of Jollywood Nights, the characters that are added here are usually more geared towards grown-ups, 90s kids. You'll notice like Phineas and Ferb are here.
Let's go meet them. Oh my gosh. It's a beautiful tree. Wow. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
We are here to see Miguel. I've actually never been somewhere where there was a true meet and greet with Miguel from Coco. If you don't know, Coco is one of my favorite movies of all time. I absolutely love it. Conveniently located right near Fiesta en la Calle. Another hallmark of Jollywood Nights is that there are street parties everywhere. Again, more geared towards adults. There's alcoholic drinks, there's a lot more DJs, a lot more dancing, a lot more music. Well, you know, a lot more street parties. It's not just your classic Christmas tunes, Christmas vibes. I've got a lot of friends who are excited that you're at the party this year. Could you give them a quick hello? Thank you, Miguel. Thank you. definitely want to try to catch the main band at Fiesta in La Calle. Panchito is out as well now too, but they've got people in the audience up there dancing. They were doing like basically big group dances and then bringing people up to like teach them salsa. Like just really, really cool.
Partysaurus Rex was awesome, but we have to have a complete set of premiere characters tonight. So we're getting in line to see Chewbacca in his Life Day robes. Yes.
I want to talk about rides because one of the benefits of Jollywood is they get short waits for a lot of Hollywood Studios rides. And there are a lot of Hollywood Studios rides that typically have very long lines during the day. One of which, especially since it's closing soon for a Muppets theme, is Rock and Roller Coaster. Guess, put in your head how long you think the wait for Rock and Roller Coaster is right now. 10 minutes.
Rare character alert, and I'm not talking about Gertie, although Santa Gertie is very exciting and glamorous. But look who is here behind me, Powerline Max.
We are going to take a little non-Christmassy detour. There's some new stuff at the party this year. Both of the new Hollywood Studios shows, Villains Ever After and Little Mermaid, A Musical Spectacular, are both available during the party. You can see the times in your My Disney Experience app, and there's a very cool nighttime villains photo op that I've never been over here during night, so this was my first time, and I did go hold the scepter and the llama potion. A llama? He's supposed to be dead. I do a mediocre Eartha Kitt as Yzma. Now, if you have other Hollywood Studios time, I would try to see them during that time because they are going to take up a good chunk of your party. And I wouldn't say the best use of time, but if it's your only chance to see the new shows, worth doing.
So I'm going to stop over here at Ice Cold Hydraulics for one of the treats that are new this year. For Disney Jollywood Nights, they have jazzed them up a bit. We're going to try the Jolly Gingerbread Mini Churros. They're gingerbread churros with chocolate hazelnut sauce and some holiday sprinkles. But that's not all they have here. They've also got the mint chocolate cold brew with rum, and then a few other kinds of snacks that are pretty much staples that you can get throughout the rest of the regular park day. But I'm excited to try something that's unique to this particular snack stand and see how it's different for Jollywood. Okay, in true Disney World churro fashion, they weren't bad, but they weren't great. I wouldn't say that they're too memorable. They're kind of drizzled with that chocolate hazelnut spread, so kind of like a Nutella, with some fun festive sprinkles. The sprinkles were a little hard, a little crunchy, but overall, if you like a gingerbread kind of taste, that's exactly what this is sprinkled with. It was very, very good. I would get them again over a regular churro, but I don't know that I would necessarily say that this was a super absolute hit for me.
Okay, I went to K&R, the Rock station, which is serving kind of as the Fiesta and La Calle stop, and I couldn't pick, so I got everything on the menu. These are the arepas. Oh, good. I've got to eat an arepa without the sauce because I think the sauce is like insanely good. They're not the most authentic arepas I've ever had, but they're not the most inauthentic, and they also aren't dry. I've had a lot of theme park arepas, and they're always so dry that it makes me think I don't like them, and then when I have a good one, I'm like, oh wait, actually I like them. This is pretty good. Lots of cheese. Obviously, like, not gonna be the best arepa you've ever had, but the arepa itself is good. This sauce, now, it's right up my alley. It is a cilantro, so I was expecting cilantro flavor, but I wasn't expecting that it's also loaded with garlic, like so much garlic. Do not take your first date to Jollywood and get this. I have other stuff to try too, and I'm like just eating this. I also got both of the alcoholic beverages. This is the sangria, and this is the margarita. The Fireball actually makes this taste Christmassy, and they've mixed it in a way that there's no burn. So that is actually more pleasant than I was expecting, because it's Fireball and red wine mixed together, which I was questioning. I actually would recommend this. I heard this is very popular, the margarita. That's strong. You can taste the tequila, and it's not very good tequila. It's sweet, and I can get some of the like Christmassy flavors in there. I love the cranberries floating in it. It looks like the kind of thing you'd have at a Christmas party. I do think it's actually probably got a good pour of tequila in it. These are pre-mixed. This is actually a good time for me to talk a little bit about drinking and the vibes of Jollywood. Jollywood is a more adult-geared party than Mickey's Very Merry. That is very true, and it's obviously still family-friendly. Younger kids, I'm not sure there's too much aimed towards them here, besides the characters, and I've really seen a much smaller proportion of little kiddos here than I usually do around Disney World. If you guys have ever been in the UK Pavilion in Epcot on a Saturday night. You'll be familiar with what I'm talking about, where you'll see some adults who are definitely having a good time, have had a few drinks, and that is definitely the vibe here. I have seen some grown-ups who are clearly having a good time. Nobody who is disruptive have I seen so far, but I've seen some folks who have had a good amount to drink, which is not something that you might be used to seeing that much around Disney World, except for in very specific instances. Jollywood, I think, is one of those instances. So it's just something I wanted to share because A, it might be the environment you're looking for, and B, it might be an environment that you don't want to be in. And both those things are fine. Different things can be fun for different people. And I've noticed that a bit more here at Jollywood than I have otherwise. So just a little warning.
They've already launched the 2025 Jollywood Nights merchandise collection. In the past, it's been over at Studio One in Muppet's Courtyard, but sadly, we watched that get demolished this year. So can't have the merch in there, but they actually moved it into a very interesting place. The Mickey Shorts Theater, where they play Vacation Fun. There is so much cool merchandise this year. I covered last year. This is definitely an upgrade. The star of the merch, the star of the show, the star of the party is definitely Ollie, an original character that was created just for the first year of Hollywood Nights. What's your favorite merchandise item from Jollywood Nights 2025? Let us know in the comments below. Also, you can't go to Potato Land right now. It's covered by a curtain.
So I just tackled the entire backlot express menu for the holidays. We tried the drink, we tried all the entrees, we tried all the sides, and honestly there were a few standouts here. I really liked the Jelly Jam Burger Slider. That one was really, really good. In fact, actually, I think it was so good that we've seen a bigger burger situation to this than the standard thinner patties. So that's what I really liked about it. And of course, I'm a sucker for those caramelized onion jams. The sweet chili chicken was fantastic. It was almost like a Hawaiian chicken skewer inside of like a hoagie bun that was also kind of sweet, cooked in a lot of like sweet chili spices. Very, very good. Also, the hickory smoked mac and cheese, the meat was great. Do get that nice hickory taste out of it, but I wish it was a little bit creamier. I would say this is one that you probably should try to make a priority. There are very few savory options here for Jollywood Night, and this one has plenty in front of me here. So if you're looking for something savory, looking to get something on your stomach and tired of all the sweets, I know it's impossible, but it can happen. This is your stop.
We are on Sunset Boulevard. We are about to experience Disney Holidays in Hollywood. This show has it all, and I mean that. I think this is the best show in the world. It has Mickey, it has Minnie, it has Tiana, and it has Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog. This is Jollywood Nights to me.
This churro sundae. I'm finding these churros to be quite rigid. I cannot push my spoon through them, so I'm gonna take a bite of the ice cream with my spoon. Look how thin these are though. They're like churro fries. How do I feel about this? They actually kind of have like a Mexican spice vibe to them. Like they're a little heat, like maybe some chili. Like I like all of the elements. I like the chocolate sauce, I like the apples, I like the soft serve. I like the churros. I should like all those things together. I kind of think there's too much going on here. This is not wowing me.
An extra little tip that might come in handy at Jollywood Nights is the fact that the restrooms inside ABC Commissary are open during the party, because ABC Commissary is open, but it's completely empty in here. There's no one in the restroom with me. This is how you access without having to walk in the front door. I'm out here just across from Mickey and Minnie Red Carpet Dreams. When you look at this door, it appears that it has no handle or no way to access it. But in reality, there is this little handle. It is designed to be accessed. And here you can see we're inside and almost, there are some people in here, but no one is using the restrooms. This is my pick for the best restroom in Hollywood Studios during Jollywood Nights. We have to think about these things. It's important. Merry Christmas.
I hope you're still hungry, because we're eating more. Because this is a holiday party. And though I don't recommend that you eat this much at a holiday party, actually my big tip is check out the menus in advance. Write down the things that you like seeing on this video, or go look at the menus of everything. Go look at reviews on AllEars.net. Stuff you see on our socials. Like, you can write it down. Have your 2 or 3 things that you're gonna get, maybe because there's fun alcoholic drinks here. Have your list of your drinks, then a couple food items. Eat dinner before though. It'll save you a lot of money, and the bigger thing is it'll save you a lot of time. But Jollywood is so much about the food, you might want to prioritize food. Okay, I lied. I'm a little full. So I'm gonna go head to the Twilight Soiree, the Tip Top Club. This is a little outdoor area, and they do have set show times, but this is supposed to take you back in time to the era when the Hollywood Tower Hotel was in action, prior to the events that turned it into the Tower of Terror. If you come back into the courtyard, you'll notice a pretty swinging party. This is another one of those parties. This one, they have quite the exciting bar here that has some more upscale cocktails that come in these cool Jollywood champagne glasses. I'm gonna be honest, this does make me want to come to this party and just come learn all the dances and do all the dancing at all these different parties.
All right, last but not least, to close out my night is the snack cart that's right across from Beverly Sunset. That is just a kind of hole-in-the-wall place. But this year they do have the 2 annual Passholder exclusive drink options. One is a non-alcoholic version, one is an alcoholic version of a mimosa. I actually picked up the cider, which was the non-alcoholic version, so they do look a little different. You're probably wondering, what did it taste like? Well, if blue raspberry was a cider, this would be it. So very heavy on that blue curacao, had a little bit of lime juice, sugar syrups to it, had a beautiful blue sugar rim to the drink, but the main base to it was a white cranberry juice, which was very prominent within the flavor, and you can taste that blue curacao just a little bit. Should you go out of your way to purchase it? Probably not. If you really are set on it and you want to try it, then sure, go for it. I don't think you're going to be disappointed, but I don't think that you're going to be wowed either.
I've got my last set of treats. I think we're gonna try to squeeze in one more drink if we can make it after this, but I've got my last set of treats. One, I got eggnog. This is the non-alcoholic eggnog. Tastes like eggnog. And I also got this lemon square, but I didn't get a fork. This is not how you should eat this. It's fine. I've had much better lemon squares from local coffee shops. I would not say spend your money on this.
We are about to experience a show in front of the Chinese theater called Glisten. This is an ice skating show. And I know what you're thinking, Florida, those must be some very powerful freezers. They're not using real ice. They use Teflon with a special lubricant that they coat over the top that conditions and moisturizes the surface so they can actually glide over it with their ice skates. The show's starting, let's go. Glisten is a must-see. at Jollywood Nights.
Tune In Lounge is our next stop. We're getting the holiday delight. Dill light. You heard me. And it is gin, velvet falernum liqueur, Saint Germain elderflower liqueur, lime juice, pickle juice, chili lime rim, and a pickle garnish. It's actually a gherkin, I believe, to be specific. I find that delightful. It tastes like, honestly, less of a dill vibe. And I think because of the acidity and sweetness of the lime, it kind of tastes a bit like a sweet and sour. Definitely reminds me of a relish tray in drink form, which is not going to be for everybody, but it is for me. The bad news is my water bottle's missing. Last time I know for a fact I had it, a man said to me at the Tip Top soiree, said, "You still have your water bottle?" And that's the last I remember it. I almost said night's still young, but I didn't want to jinx it. Keep an eye on your stuff, friends.
Welcome to Season's Greetings at Echo Lake. I'm about to have my picture taken in front of the tree, the centerpiece of Hollywood Studios during the holidays, and certainly the centerpiece of Jollywood Nights.
A Christmas miracle. They had it at the Tip Top Joffrey's. I lose stuff in Disney World all the time. I'm basically a professional in losing stuff at Disney World. 9 times out of 10, if it's lost, it's not lost. And what I mean by that is, the sooner you realize that you've lost something, the better. First thing you should do is ask yourself, how long ago was it? If it was within an hour, maybe 2 hours, go back to the last time you remember having it and really try to retrace your steps. And this is what you need to do, is you need to ask a couple of different groups of cast members in the general area of where you lost something, because what they'll do when they initially find a lost item is they'll typically hold on to it until someone does a run to guest services to lost and found. So they'll hang on to it for a minute. If it has been longer, or even if it's been in that window but there happens to have been a manager come by to take something to lost and found, it could be at lost and found. In that case, you're going to go to guest services and they're going to tell you to fill out a report. Pro tip, if you go to guest services, they will check for you, but you can also just fill out the report online on your phone from wherever you are, and then they will notify you when it's found, and you can just go pick it up. Okay, so this party is a bit of a controversial one because it had a rough start 2 years ago.
That's right.
This is its 3rd year. What do we think? Is this party worth it?
I think you get more experience for your money at this party than you do at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
I think that hands down, if you've got young kids, if you want a good family event, if you want a spectacle, it's Mickey's Very Merry every time.
Yep.
If you want classic Christmas, it's Mickey's Very Merry. As an adult, this event is geared towards adults. I would wholeheartedly recommend this to any of my friends. I brought my parents here last year. I'm considering spending my own money to come back with my fiance this year. I would recommend this event. I love this event. I think they have made leaps and bounds since the first year and even the second year. It's a fun event.
I'll have to admit, the very first year I was not terribly impressed with the food options here for this party, but I can say last year was much better and this year was exceptional.
I also think a lot of the prices are like hyper reasonable.
Yes.
Very reasonable because you paid such a high price for entry.
You found $6 Prosecco.
I found it's $6.50.
$6.50.
I found $6.50
But that's a
Prosecco.
gold mine.
Where are we?
Hold up. I ordered everything on the holiday menu at one particular restaurant and it cost me less than $45.
What? I got
Wow.
my favorite thing I ate tonight under $5 before tax. So
What is this place?
they're pricing stuff well. If
It's
you pay
exciting.
a heavy ticket for entry,
Yeah,
I know. If you're a party of primarily adults or teens and adults, start to lean Jollywood. The other factor to consider is when you think about live entertainment that your family enjoys, is it major spectacle? Is it fireworks and parades and huge things that like are just like on a massive visual scale? Or is it really well crafted stage shows and dancing and live music? If it's that second one, lean Jollywood. The spectacle here isn't nearly as great, but the shows here are incredibly performed, incredibly crafted, wonderful.
And I do want to say, in all fairness, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is set in stone. This is a true and tried show. It is a
It'll be there forever.
well-oiled machine. It's going to be there forever, and it's going to be the same, because if it ain't broke,
Don't fix it.
fix it. This was broke.
And maybe fixing it.
And they are fixing it gradually every year. So there's
Every-
new things, and it's exciting to attend something that is alive and growing
Yeah.
and
That's a
learning
great
about
point.
itself and becoming itself.
great point.
And that, if that might not be for you.
Yeah.
You might want to come to Disney World and have a sure thing.
No, for sure.
And if that is
if it's your trip of a lifetime, go to Very Merry.
Go to Very Merry, because this is rough around the edges.
Yep.
But that, to me, as a
You
person
can
that
find
goes
really
to
cool
Disney
stuff.
World every day, as we all do, is exciting.
Yes, agreed. Thank you guys so much for hanging out at Jollywood with us tonight. If you are still here, please like this video and drop this secret code in the comments so we know you made it all the way. Plus, don't forget to subscribe. We upload tips, vlogs, games, and more from Disney World and beyond all week. Why? Because we're serious about fun. And Merry Christmas, you guys.
Merry
Bye.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.